Greetings, everybody watching Legacy TV. This is Albina Steny, Queen of the Mic, the good girl in the city, Queen Moody Business. And today it's all about popping out with one person that you never seen on the camera, that you never seen in videos, but you know the work of that person. And that person goes by Trendy Shadow. I'm even excited to see and to even talk about him because now he's next to me. And demand right now. People, if you like our work, start commenting, like, click on the notification button, share, because it's about to go viral. And the quote of today says that everything has beauty, but not everybody is able to see that beauty. Beauty is different for your eyes and for my eyes, and of course for Trendy Shadow. Dun, ta-da! Welcome again, Trendy Shadow.
Thank you so much, Albina.
People are excited to see. How do you even feel for the first time to be seen on the camera?
I feel amazing. I feel very, very humbled to be here. When you reached out a few days ago, I felt like this was an amazing experience and opportunity for me to take on and come and say hi to everyone.
Definitely.
Yeah.
People are watching you right now live, and my question is, why Trendy Shadow? Why that name? Is it because of that a shadow is black and it's hidden? Is it that's the main point of you, to be hidden, or you just wanted to use that name in another way?
No, really. The name Trendy Shadow originated from different trends that we have, at the moment. So today, probably there's going to be a trend of the cut crease, and it's going to be amazing. Then tomorrow, it's going to be the eye that is probably way faded out, and everything is going to be totally different. So Trendy Shadow originated from the vibe that currently exists. So today something is going to be trending, and tomorrow it's going to be off.
Oh,
so trendy
it's like
shadow.
a trendy and then shadow. Because
Exactly.
it comes out and people are talking about it for a long time, and then
Exactly.
it stops, and then it becomes a shadow.
Very true.
Beautiful. Trendy shadow. My question is, how long have you been doing makeups here in Rwanda? When did you start?
Oh, okay. So it's literally been like since the end of 2016. Yes. So it's been a phase of doing the makeup in and out.
Right.
Probably I do the makeup like for 3 months, then probably travel back to Uganda. So it's been a phase of doing the makeup, stopping, and bouncing back into the industry. Yes.
So my question is, for you, having that instance of doing makeups, is it because it's your talent? Have you learned it somewhere, or you just flipped in it and then you're like, let me do it?
Okay, so right from the start, I am a very artistic person. I love art so much. So most of the time when I'm literally working on something, I tend to be like close to a perfectionist, right? So along the way, when I got done with school, I decided to look for something that was going to be quite close to the industry that I love, and that is being artistic. And one way or another, I learned the makeup craft from my little brother in Uganda. Yes.
So it means your nationality is Ugandan?
Yes, I am Ugandan, and my mom is Rwandan. So I think I'm probably half Rwandan, half Ugandan.
Half Ugandan? You can speak in Rwanda?
No. But the basics, yes, I can literally greet
Like which
everyone.
basics? Like
Muraho. What was it?
Oh, amazing.
Yes.
Yeah. So trendy, you've been trending, I mean, like you've been known here in Rwanda, even out of Rwanda, because of people you do makeups for. So literally, my question is, do you basically say that you want to do makeups for people who are famous, or it just came to you like that randomly or naturally?
I think it was just a random and natural blessing that came my way, I've been doing the makeup for a while, but along the way, I've been blessed to attract the attention of the celebrities. Yes, so I think I pull the celebrities on my side a lot. Yes, and I've been blessed that way because the celebrities give you a platform.
Yeah, definitely.
Exactly.
So people who are watching us, some of them, because of seeing you doing makeups for people who are famous or people who are really known on a certain level or class, let's say, it has pushed some people. There's some people who don't come to you because they're like, oh, Trendy can do my makeups? Nah, I fear. Some people even say that financially it's kind of expensive than any other makeups. What do you say about it?
Well, I think it's more with the branding, probably because most people see me working with celebrities, social media influencers. They think trendy is quite expensive. It's probably a stereotype that I wouldn't like to attach myself to most of the time. I am naturally a very calm, very likable person. And
that's for sure. Now
and very approachable as well.
Yeah.
So if someone comes to me and speaks to me nicely, trust me, we're going to work together.
If it's not nicely?
We'll still work together. I'll find a way to, blend the two different concerns together.
So if people speak to you not in a nice way, what do you do?
Well, it has to actually be a nice way because most of the time I look at what is going to be fair to me and fair to the client at the same time.
Yeah, sure.
Yes, totally. So we have to meet halfway. Yes.
So, talking about the clients, how do you expect a client to come to you? Like, financially, is it on a certain standard, or do you negotiate with them before doing the makeups?
It depends on the event or occasion, because sometimes a photo shoot is different from a video, is different from a wedding, right? So if I'm going to probably do like a photo shoot,
Yeah.
and I'm going to have to stay there like for 3-4 hours, it's totally different, because I'm going to be having to change the look, do touch-ups, because with the strong lights here and there, it tends to be quite hectic, and probably at the end of the day someone would sweat, so they need the makeup artist on set.
On set, yeah.
Yes.
So, I've been curious on our point, asking myself, usually people tend to say that makeups are for girls. What do you say about it? You're doing makeups and you're a man. How do you fusion in that area?
Okay, so I believe when it comes to profession, it's totally different.
Yeah.
Anyone can literally do any type of profession.
Sure.
Because when I just moved to Kigali, to Rwanda, some time back, I met ladies that were driving the buses, and I totally found it weird, because that is a job that is most of the time considered to be a male job,
Yeah,
right?
sure.
But now with the current generation, there's an involvement. There's men doing hair, there's men doing styling,
Yeah.
there's men crossing over to the beauty world. Likewise, women are crossing over to the male world. Yeah, we're finding women in sports, like female gym instructors, different professions.
Yeah.
So I totally believe this is a stereotype that should literally not limit someone's passion.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
if you really know something, if you really love something, be it art, be it music, be it different passions, go for it.
Yeah, sure.
You just have to have be focused, thick skin, you'll nail it.
You just said passion, and at some point, out of doing makeups, because you're a makeup artist,
Yes.
what do you do? Like, do you have any other talent or any other thing you love the most, or hobby?
Yes, I love photography so much. I have an extra detail to photography, and I love fashion as well. So most of the time, because I never like to mix my work with my personal life, so I have an Instagram page, and
I never
once in a while I do a photo shoot for myself.
for yourself, but then
Yes.
you never post out your pictures, or you never link or put a joint on your Instagram.
Never.
Why?
Never. I just do not want to put the two together, because I believe if it's me living my personal life, my private life, I want it to be probably for a particular type of people. And if it's me working, it's just business,
It's
right?
just
I just
business, yeah.
front my work. Exactly. So that's why I really love it that way most of the time. So I keep my work and my personal life separate.
So that's why you've been hidden for all those 5 years. I think it's even 6.
Pretty much, yes.
But
Yeah.
people came to your inbox. Some people, I think, they are negative nowadays on social media. They do some stuff that are dissing people. They insult you. Have you ever noticed anything coming to you in that way? Like people insulting you or telling you what you feel like is hurting you or something like that?
Yes, it's something that really comes up a lot. And if you give it too much thought, at the end of the day, you're going to find yourself in depression, you
Yeah,
know?
sure.
Yeah, because there's sometimes when some people can write to you and be like, you know what, I feel like the type of job you're doing is not meant for you. You know? This is probably a type of job that is meant to be done by someone else. You understand? But if you have your eyes focused on the dream, on the goal, on the end result, is there something good that is coming out of what you're doing?
Yeah, sure.
I focus. And because before joining this whole makeup industry, I definitely knew there was going to be thorns along the way.
Along the way,
So
yeah, sure.
I was prepared. Totally.
But at some point, this is what I really want people to know on Legacy or even out of Legacy, that those thorns, sometimes they really come in a hard way. Because at some point, because it's makeups are really attracting women, so they say it's girly or it's for women.
Yes.
And a person who is doing makeups, they tend to go in that way of dissing you and saying you're from this community, you're maybe gay,
Exactly.
or maybe you like women a lot,
Yeah.
you have this part that is not manhood and all. So has anybody came to you in that way and started pushing you in that way, in a negative way, I can say?
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Oh,
are.
yes, definitely. There was a time I actually had a random interview and that question popped up. And I was like, the type of job someone does does not necessarily define their sexuality, you know? Because there's very many, like I told you before, there's very many people in this industry doing different things. You're not
Yeah.
going to tell me that all the hairstylists probably are in a certain way, you know?
Yeah, sure.
You're not going to say that. But
Yeah.
if others are made in a certain way, it's still okay. It's nature, it's naturally like that. So I don't believe that someone's profession definitely describes them. Not at all. It
Not
doesn't.
at all.
Yeah.
You've said that you're into fashion, and my question pops up looking at your look. Who dressed you today, Trendy?
Well, today I literally dress myself. I love styling. I love fashion, like I told you, and I put this whole look together. I literally dress myself. Yes.
Do you have like a certain inspiration for your fashion, or maybe you have a certain stylist in Rwanda who dresses you? Because you're a public figure, for instance, even if you're not seen in the public, I
Yeah.
can see.
Well, most of the time in Rwanda, I go to someone called Ryan Stylist, but that is if I have an event. But most of the time, my fashion is personal. It's personal driven, and for bigger events, it's a Kai's Devo collection from Uganda.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
he takes care of my outfits most of the time.
Coming to that for the international way, have you ever traveled using your talent as a makeup artist?
Oh yes, definitely,
Like
very
in
many times.
which countries or?
Yeah, I've been to pretty much East Africa. I've been to Nairobi, I've been to Tanzania, I've been to Congo. I've also been to Uganda, of course, and Nigeria. Yes, because of makeup.
Yeah, so people tend to call you and be like, Trendy Shadi, we want your makeup, come to us and all.
Yes,
or
they
you just
literally
apply and go.
No, they literally book because right now currently we use Instagram or social media. It speaks volumes. It travels everywhere. So anyone who wants to reach out to you is probably just a text away or a DM away. You know. So
Definitely.
Exactly. So through Instagram.
Trendy. At some point, I'm thrilled listening to that because people tend to think that social media is used in a negative way or it's just to show off, some say. So I've been seeing your work recently. You usually put out the videos of your work and all.
Yes.
And there comes a question where I'm asking myself, like, there's some people who have that class, they want that makeup. Because at the end of the day, there are lots of women in Rwanda, let's even say. How do you receive them? Like, how do you do the reception? Because you speak English mostly.
Yes.
How do you tend to even hear what they need, you know?
Okay, well, so before everything really went so big and overwhelming, I used to talk to my big brother and I'm like, you know what, I think I have a client, but I don't really understand the language. And he's so good. He's super fluent in the language. So most of the time he used to respond to my clients out there who need probably to find out something in Kinyarwanda, a bit of French, Swahili, yes. But now, most of the time, since it's it's a different space right now, I have an assistant and he usually helps me out.
In Kinyarwanda?
Did
it come to you to even learn Kinyarwanda because you're half Rwandan, half Ugandan?
Surprisingly, I literally sing to almost every song in Kinyarwanda, but I do not know what the meaning is.
Who is your favorite singer in Rwanda?
Oh, well, in Rwanda, it's not only one. There are really many.
But who mostly catches your ear?
I like the very many. Like I say, I love music so much. So I have attention, I pay attention to detail. Yeah, so there is Aline Gahongayure, there is Shali and Nina, there is Buravan, there is Knowless, and another lady called Aline Sano.
Aline Sano.
Amazing.
But I think those people are...
But currently, because the vibe keeps on changing, I'm going to cut you short, sorry. I love Ariel.
Ariel
She has a vibe that crosses through.
Do you know she's my best friend?
Oh, really?
I think I will get a
Hello, Ariel.
from you.
Yeah.
Using her.
Done. Deal done.
Aside that, there comes a question where people tend to think that makeups is artificial. And nowadays people are like, #naturalism, #be yourself, #love yourself. If you have pimples, then that's it. So what do you say about it? Because at the end of the day, we need to go out of our homes, of course. We will not stay
Exactly.
indoors. So how do you fusion that artificial way of putting some makeups, I can say, or some additional things that we don't have naturally on a person and say that this is good rather than being natural? What do you say about it as a makeup artist that you are?
Oh, well, as a makeup artist, because the makeup is something that you add onto a skin. Like,
Yes.
it's not naturally there, right?
Yeah,
so,
sure.
of course, it's artificial. Like, it's something that you add into the
Add
skin.
in, yeah, sure.
However, the way you add it depends and matters. So, the less, I do believe in less is more. You know, I believe in less makeup. But again, it depends on the event. Is it a video? Are you trying to achieve probably a particular type of look? So it's going to depend. If the makeup is probably like for a day-to-day look, keep it simple, keep it subtle, keep it totally natural. But if it's a video, it goes with the strong lights, because the strong lights are going to
Show out.
give you each and every detail
Yeah,
to the
sure.
skin. So it has to be a little bit more video friendly, if I might say. Yes.
And who is like a role model that you look up to? Who is bigger than you? Like, who do you look up to so that you can do that art in a good way?
I look up to Beyonce. She's a Nigerian makeup artist.
Okay.
She is very artistic, very amazing, very versatile. I totally look up to her. But when it comes back to Africa, because I learned from my little brother, of course, he's amazing. So he's my inspiration, plus Mona Faces. It's called Peter Russell Makeup in Uganda, and also Mona Faces from Uganda.
I think I heard of that.
You've heard of her?
Yes.
She's really good.
And regardless of all those people you look up to, do you have a certain way you settle your things? Like, what is your touch that you know that this is trendy? If a person sees this is trendy, this is nobody else, this is not any other artist, this is trendy.
My touch usually is the highlight, the contour, and my eye area, the eyebrows, the eyeshadow, the eyelashes.
Yeah.
Totally unique. Someone can easily look at it and tell, oh, this is trendy.
Woo.
So true.
Definitely. And there comes the thing I'm curious of. As you say that you have a specific touch. Now my question is, do you think that you in a movement or in your projects you will be brightening up and coming up with a certain collection? Because usually we have this Kim Kardashian, let's say, we have this Kylie Jenner and makeups and all. We even have Huda.
Yes.
Huda Cosmetics.
Yeah.
So as a person who does makeups and who loves makeups, who do it on a daily basis, do you think you will ever come up with a certain collection for even people in Rwanda or even in Uganda or even internationally?
Absolutely. It's something I've actually been working on. Unfortunately, we got hit by the whole Corona period. Yeah, the pandemic, you know, and it kind of slowed down my plans. But it's something that I've really been working on, and I want to launch something that is going to be used, that is going to probably leave a legacy that is from Trendy Shadow.
Talking about the legacy, do you have a certain inspiration quote or something that you use on your daily life? Because if it's been like 6 years working, now many people know you. Some even fear your work because they know it's good. So do you have something that motivates you, that brings you up every morning and you're like, this is what I want to do because of this?
Well, something that totally motivates me is being better than I was yesterday. You know,
Okay.
living for the dream. Like, you do not want to be in the same place that you were 2 years ago. I really want to aim for something that is totally different, but in a better place. So that thirst for being better than I was yesterday keeps on driving me day to day.
Day to day.
Yes.
And have you ever, have you experienced that moment for a while? Because we've known you through people who are influencers, public figures, stars in Rwanda, even out of Rwanda.
Yes.
So have you ever experienced that moment when you know that now I'm doing better, I'm having this person, I'm doing the makeup for this person, and you know, you're like, wow.
Yes.
Who was that and when was that?
I've actually had a couple of moments. One of them was when I actually worked on Vanessa Day
Woo.
from Tanzania. I was...
I think she's now the fiancée of Rotimi.
Exactly.
Woo. I love her.
I was numb. I was starstruck, you know?
You're shaking.
I was shaking. I never believed it. It's like, okay. And it happened in the most weird time. I never expected it because I was called and I went to do makeup for someone like...
You didn't know
I didn't know who it was.
Wow.
But when I got there and I was like, oh my goodness,
Wow.
am I smart? Am I well equipped? Do I have everything in check? You know?
Yeah, sure.
But it was amazing. It was an amazing experience. Also, when I went to Congo, and I was working on one of the biggest families there, it was very humbling. It was a very humbling experience.
Wow.
Yes.
And I think people who tend to have such makeups are usually people who are rich, let's say, because it's not everybody who is like, I have my makeup artist. Everybody does makeups on their own,
Yes.
including even me, for instance. But
for today's show, at least.
for today's show. Yeah. So what can you tell those people who do their makeups on their own? Are they enough, or you think they have to come to you?
Well, what I'm saying, it definitely depends on the occasion. For people who do makeup on for themselves, probably it's a casual look for work. It's okay. As long as you have the right products, the right basic products, you can always nail the look. But for special events, weddings, probably for musicians, artists, you know, you can always come for
trendy
the professional touch.
Coming to that, even mostly talking about your likes and how you do your things, what are your likes, Trendy Shadow? What do you like in life?
Okay. A couple of things, but I love photography so much. I'm so much into photography. Fashion as well. I love dressing good. I love embracing all types of fashion as long as they're trending. But I just don't probably follow the wagon that is going at the moment. Yeah, probably I'd call it a laid back type of fashion, but I really love and embrace fashion too much. Yes.
And what are your dislikes? Have you ever found yourself not good looking? Because at the end of the day, I think whatever looks out good is what you really love. Also the beauty and all.
Yeah.
So have you ever found yourself like bizarre and not in shape, not good looking, or something happens to you and you're like, this is.
Of course. I remember one day when I stepped out after the total lockdown. I couldn't recognize myself. I think I'd lost myself along the way, in between there somewhere. And it was quite funny, but that's the moment I think I really didn't like about myself. I think I'd gained too much weight. I never really felt like I looked good in clothes. The salons were closed. The look was just all over the place. So that's probably one of the times I pretty much disliked myself. Yeah.
Coming to that, for the look, for the good looking, we literally know that in the society, like generally, people who look good are usually women. Women tended to say that they look like flowers and all, you know, like a woman has to be always popping out, good looking and all. So what do you think because at the end of the day, I don't know if you will be part of those men who say, I want a kid before getting married, or I will get married later on. I don't know your vision. So how do you visualize your future life, like, let's say, marital status and all?
Oh, the marital status. I believe right now I am not that old yet to get married, but I do believe probably in 3 to 5 years, I want to have a family. I want to settle and build a legacy behind me.
So you're not part of those men who say a kid before getting married?
Well, it could happen. You never know what happens along the way, because sometimes it's not planned, but it still goes that way, you know. But at the end of the day, when something is probably pre-planned, I believe I love my things like in a streamlined way. So in a few years I'll plan for
like marriage and then child.
Exactly, that's what I believe in. Yes. And
how do you consider such type of men? Because it's not let's say it's not common and all, you know. It's not common to find a man who's good looking, who loves being looking good, I can say, or always being ready, because I think you're always ready at some point.
No, I believe it's a generation. Right now, this is a generation where people love fashion. People love to look good. People love to take pictures. So you're not going to achieve all this when you probably look a particular way. And I think also the generation still goes back to our parents, where now we grow up in a society where hygiene is like totally number one. It's not only girls that have to look good, but this time around it's all
everybody.
Both, exactly everybody.
Don't you think it was still the spotlight from your wife, or I don't know?
At some point, well, she has to up her game.
Ooh,
when she's
my
there.
God. Now that's
yes, at some
scary.
point. No, because I'm pretty sure by the time I think I look good, my wife has to look better. You
Wow.
understand? Because
Yeah.
the lady is the center of attention, attraction, and focus.
Yeah,
So
sure.
she has to, by the time I look a particular way, she has to look 2 times better.
Wow.
Yes. And that's why even when I'm doing videos and photo shoots, I pay extra attention to the ladies that I'm working with, whether it's an artist, I pay attention to the outfit, make sure their makeup matches the classy
How they're
outfit.
looking.
Exactly.
Coming to that, I think ladies really love your work. I think basically your fan base is mostly women, I can even say.
Very true.
So how do you entertain them? Because at some point, women tend to love who you are and what you're doing to them. If you're doing to them something good, they're like, this is my man.
Yes.
So how do you like cooperate with your work and separate it with that love affair? Because at some point, I think some crashed for you. I don't know.
Yes, along the way. Yes. Yeah, but that's what I'm talking about. Professionalism comes number one. You know, you're not going to mix business and pleasure, because once you do the two, then you're probably bound to fail. You know, because someone that was once your client is now going to probably be probably someone you're seeing, someone you're dating, and if it gets to that, it ceases to be a business and
sure.
tends to be a relationship,
Yeah.
which totally makes things different. So I just totally don't mix the two.
If a person comes to you and like they come out to you, they're like, I love you, trendy, but not in a lovely life, like no, in another way. How do you like respond to them? You're like, no,
Oh, by the way, currently I'm dating, so yes, that's why. That's why probably
Sorry,
it
Kev.
never appeals.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
And is it like something that you will come up and put it out, or you're still hiding it as trendy shadow?
Right now, I'm literally, we're still in a courtship phase. So when the time is right, definitely pictures of Save the Date will be there.
Woohoo! I think I'm invited. Eh?
Of course. Of course.
Coming to the end, I usually ask people, how is their daily routine? How do you use your day? If it's like a weekly day,
Yeah.
or a weekend day, or an off day, depends.
So usually, I actually grew up in a Christian family. I'm a very prayerful person. So when I wake up in the morning, or even before I go to bed, I pray. You know. So I'm not so big on breakfast. I'm the type of person who loves to serve people. If I have friends around, I'm so good at that. I'll literally serve my friends and probably skip breakfast. But when the meal comes through, I'll definitely embrace it. So yeah, I'm not so big on breakfast. Then I'll probably do the basics, clean up, take a glass of water, you know, go through my diary, see what's up for the day. And if there's pretty much nothing so much for the day, I'll just socialize with friends. Yeah.
Definitely. Coming to that on your daily routine, if you do makeups, I know makeups are very expensive, even simple or fake makeups. So what is your capital? Where did you get the capital to even have those makeups that you use? Because they are not simple makeups. They are not just any random makeups. There's a certain, I don't know how to say it, they are specific.
Yes.
So where did you get your capital?
So it's actually a very funny but beautiful story. When I was going to begin makeup, it was my auntie that actually bought me my first set of makeup. So she bought me like an entire box. It was like a box of eyeshadows. There was powders and lipsticks in there. But when I was coming to Kigali, she got me like that first set of, I think it was 300,000 Ugandan shillings, which is roughly 75.
Here in Rwanda? Yeah, I think.
No.
Almost.
Was it 300,000? So, no, it was roughly 45.
45
Yeah,
francs.
45,000 in France.
That's what you started with.
Yes.
And how did she know that you know how to do makeups? Was it something they knew in the family that Trendy is good in makeups? He can draw or something like that?
Well, me and my little brother used to love the arts so much, but me personally, I wasn't so much into this whole thing. But then my little brother was so artistic. He even used to go the extra mile of doing the makeup. And I used to look at him. He used to do makeup on my auntie, and I'll be like, okay. okay, interesting. But that was just about it. But then along the way, I got interested.
I got interested.
Mm,
You got interested? Don't. It's good. It's good. Crazy. Wow. The audience is crazy.
yeah.
Let's go.
We
So
have
you
a
got-
cheerful audience.
Yeah,
Okay.
very. So you get interested?
Yeah, so along the way, I picked a bit of interest here and there. Yeah, and bit by bit, it built up.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes.
So coming to the end, people watching us, some of them are your fans, some of them are even part of people who are dissing you. They're like, trendy, no trendy.
Yeah.
So what can you tell them? What message do you have that you kept along the whole time that you are hidden in the trendy shadow ways? What can you tell them?
Well, my message is, most especially to all the young boys out there, if you really have a dream and you want to follow it, please do your thing. Just follow your dream. You're passionate about different things, because we're in an industry currently that is that brings down different people. You know, there's too much negativity going around out there. But if you're very passionate about your dream and you really want to pursue your career, just go for it. It doesn't have to be, because along the way there's a very interesting meme that goes around, whereby if someone wants to achieve success, there's very many hurdles along the way, but for you to achieve your goal, you definitely have to go through the hurdles. So
Yeah,
sometimes the negativity that is on social media, on YouTube, on Instagram, everywhere,
Or even
is
at home
just
and all.
it's probably just a part of your journey to the end goal, which
To
is
the
success. You know,
Wow.
so just do not stay home and probably feel small and feel like you can't go out for your dream because people are going to say different things about you. No, it's time for you to probably put your dream together, put your whole entire self together, and go and live the dream.
I can say put your shadow aside a little bit.
Exactly.
And come out and be like, hi. And go back.
Come say hi.
Okay, thank you so much. That was Trendy Shadow Me people, and this is Albina Sydney. You've heard of a lot of good messages or things that you can learn and use on your daily basis. So go out there, use what you got, start little, and then you will become bigger. That's what I can say from all I heard. And you officially seen his face for the first time. Click on the like, click on the comment, share, notification button, because it's all about to pop out on Legacy TV. Be all in or be nothing at all. The freshest, I can outro cafe.